little more. So yes, you have already written that there is a negative impact of impure mind. And millions of impressions are stored in the storehouse called Vasana of each human mind during our lifetime. It happens whether we like it or not, and that is why the Master says we have to follow meditation and mindfulness. Before meditation or mindfulness, we need to purify the mind. The impure mind cannot reach to the highest state of meditation. Why? The impure mind leads to delusion. That is what you have written rightly. So it means I'm aware, oh, anything triggers me from outside and it has a relationship inside me, whether it is a guilt or hesitation or like or dislike. And you just said the moment you hear the word Trump, Trump has different meaning also.
Right.
You see the right example, the meaning of the Trump uh,
Yeah.
and the word Trump.
Right.
You see that that is what I have been explaining. The past impression and the trigger outside. Huh? Trump is
Right.
basically a playing card of the suit chosen to rank above the others, which can win a trick where a card of different suit has been led. It is basically used in the game. Do you see that? So you see the perfect example, the way you said. So now projected imagination, projected pleasure, or projected pain, the word Trump is already lying in my storehouse of impression.
Right.
It
Yeah.
has triggered an impression, and you have a thought, I don't like politics. Do you see that? This is the play of the impure mind. It is a part of the human nature. Yes, you rightly said it is a part of the human nature. Unless we change this human nature, like the jealousy, hatred, or anger, the cause continues to be present in our mind and it causes anxiety, duality, conflict. Yes, you rightly said we have to now understand the six impurities and the six inner wealth. That is what you briefly written. We have six enemies.
Hmm.
You see that in the background, it is the vasana, it is the past impression, and even in the background, it is the projected pain and the pleasure. So I don't see the sankalpa and the vikalpa, but I make a statement as a result of what is happening deeper inside of which I'm not aware. So your statement, I dislike politics, I don't like politics, but if we examine from where it has come, oh, then it becomes clear to us that, okay, if I continue to dislike politics, it will create a sense of detachment, and that detachment always comes with a sense of anxiety. Oh, it is in front of me, and I don't like. No, I don't like. I don't like. So that is another vasana that continues in our head, and that creates a sense of disliking. Now, that disliking or detachment results into an anxiety, and then I say I have lot of anxiety, I have lot of stress without any reason. Without any reason, I enter into the stress or anxiety or duality or conflict. So the master says that until it moves into the state of expression, now I'm using the word. So you the vasana, I don't know too much about it. Oh, millions of impressions. I know only when it is manifest as a sankalpa vikalpa, then it takes the form of imagined pain or pleasure, then it is expressed in the form of a thought, and the thought, from the thought starts the six enemies. Thought associated with emotions. Are you clear? Are you becoming clear? The more you are clear, these anxiety and duality will never touch you. You see, because I'm clear. Oh, why should I have an anxiety? Because it is coming from my past impressions. So this thought becomes the desire becomes the hesitation or anxiety or anger, and or the desire becomes the greed or repeat desire. All the three results into delusion, and delusion results into pride, and the pride also causes the jealousy. So we have the six enemies of the mind.
Right.
Don't forget six enemies of the mind: desire, hesitation in the mind. Repeat desire is also hesitation, greed. So, desire, hesitation, greed, delusion, pride, jealousy. These are the six enemies of the mind, impure mind. In the impure mind, these six enemies take hold of my behavior and attitude in the world. Six enemies of the mind takes over my life, and it changes my behavior. It changes my behavior, attitude, thought, speech, and action. It is present all the time. Oh, I like this, I don't like it. No, hold on. That liking and disliking should not cause any form of an hesitation in me, and still I can use the word like and dislike. Then it means my mind is pure. My mind is pure, but that liking and disliking does not become an obsession. It does not repeat itself in my mind. It does not cause any sense of we have taken our dinner as a thali, but if I go to Arizona and I said I like thali, I like thali, I like thali, so that is an obsession.
Yeah.
So that what is this thought? That thought is a desire, and the desire has taken the form of a greed, and the greed has resulted into delusion. Okay, I like thali, but belly needs the food. Belly does not have a like and dislike. You are hungry, you put anything and it goes and digests itself. Belly does not say you that, I only like this. I will throw out if you don't give me a particular food. So what happened? The role of a belly has taken over by the impure mind. That causes the lot of problem. Do you see that? See it clearly. It is only an understanding is required. So we have the six enemies: the desire, hesitation, anger, or anxiety. The second one, Third one is the greed. Fourth one is the delusion. Fifth one is the pride. And the sixth one is the jealousy.
Okay.
So now we have to awaken to the sixth inner wealth of the mind. So when we say the sixth inner wealth, oh, it is lying in the safe box. It is always present in the mind. But because of the impurities of the mind, because of the six enemies, it hides itself. You cannot have an anxiety and calmness together. Do you see that? You cannot have a delusion and dispassion together.
Yeah.
You see that? So the six wealth are, first wealth is known as the sama. We will talk about sama means the tranquility of the mind. It also means uh, the calmness of the mind. But the best definition of the sama, the mind is 100% available to you. In in the impurity, in the impure states of the mind, you are already agitated. Mind is not available 100%. You lose your awareness, your thought, you get carried away by the thought of the strong likes and dislikes. You made a wonderful statement, but behind that, there is a.
Okay. I repeated, there was an interruption. It was frozen. The screen was frozen for a moment.
Okay. So,
So the sama, the tranquility of mind, what came after it?
yeah, that tranquility of the mind is always present behind the impure states of the mind.
Yeah.
I have to simply recognize it. I have to understand it. Another definition of the sama is calmness. Still another definition of the sama is the mind is 100% available to you.
Okay.
It is not hijacked by the six impurities of the mind.
Yeah.
If it is hijacked by the delusion or hesitation or greed or pride or jealousy, then the mind is not 100% available. Did you understand?
Mm-hmm.
Did you see how clear our masters are?
Yeah.
So the first inner wealth is our sama, tranquility of the mind is 100% available to us with the ability to maintain mental calmness and equilibrium is sama.
Yeah.
So, there is a sense of anxiety. I leave it and I say, let me come down to the calmness. Let me do not entertain the anxiety. Let me do not entertain the delusion. Let me do not entertain the anger. Let me do not entertain the pride. So when you don't entertain any of the impure states of the mind is already calm.
Mm-hmm.
Are you getting it?
Yeah.
Be very clear. You see how beautiful the concept and the principles can be applied in our daily life. So what is the cause of the sama is developed through self-awareness
Oh.
and have it. So how you develop that state of the calmness? First, you are self-aware. Second is you drop unexamined life. Third is that any thought comes to you, you screen that. It passes through scrutiny. It passes through the testing or examination. Should I like politics or should I dislike politics? So I have nothing to do with the politics. I don't have control over it. So I don't have control over it. So what should I do? Let me accept as it is with a dispassion. Why should I accept as a dispassion? So that the mind remains calm. Oh, but I have a little role. I will definitely cast a vote in democracy. I will not leave. So now your mind is clear and now you maintain that state of calmness. So, what is the effect of the sama? It reduces your mental hesitation. It reduces the greed. It reduces the obsession over any thought or situation or condition in your life. How come? Because you have a clarity of the thought. Because you have a clarity of thought. When you have a clarity of the thought, you also, the thought associated with the emotion also goes into the state of the calmness. So that is our first treasure. You say the inner wealth. So it means I should understand simultaneously the six impure states of the mind, six enemies of the mind, and the six friends of the mind.
Mhm.
How to cultivate? Obviously, I should not live unexamined life. I should question any thought projected by the vasana comes to my mind, and I should scrutinize, I should pass through the screening text. And then I see, oh, I have dropped hesitation, I have dropped delusion, I have dropped greed, and I have dropped the pride, and I have dropped the jealousy. Oh, okay. Yes. So once I have contemplated and reflected on it, then at least I should practice meditation or mindfulness so that what happens, it helps me to raise my level of awareness while living the life. Now, what happens by the state of the calmness if you maintain it, you have an enhanced decision making. You are able to regulate your emotion. You increase your inner peace just by the first inner wealth. Answer is yes. You live into that state of awareness. You have a sense of freedom. Emotional poise is there. And then you have to summarize it. You also give an example that this is what I did today, and I got into that emotional poise and calmness while you summarize it. Let us take the second inner wealth. Second inner wealth is known as dhamma. Dhamma, you can literally say it means self control. But another definition of the Dhamma is that you withdraw your sense organs from the respective object, situation, relationship. You look at your Philip and then you get emotional. No need to get emotional. You don't allow the senses to remain attached. Instead, it should result into wisdom, understanding. You see, Dhamma means self-control or withdrawal of the senses from their respective objects. You wake up in the morning, it's such a bad morning. Oh, nothing about bad morning. The sun still rises in the same way and will set in the same way. What harm it has done to you? It is because of the mind. It is because of the impure states of the mind. Same way, when you see the Philip, it triggers an emotional reaction and that emotional reaction makes you feel sad. No. Can you help relief by sadness? So we question. No, I cannot help anyone with my sadness in the mind. You see that how the sadness takes over us, the mastery over the senses and the external behavior is the meaning of Dhamma. I have a mastery. How I have the mastery? By self-awareness. I become aware. I see Philippe, I see Trump, I see this house, I am into this situation. I withdraw myself. How I withdraw myself? I don't get, I don't prefer likes and dislikes. I'm not attached and detached, and I see them with a dispassionate awareness, and I see in what way I can help support that situation. That is our second wealth, and second wealth is known as the Dhamma. Did you get it?
Yeah.
So it prevents impulsive behavior. All your anxiety will dissolve. So what happens when you practice Dhamma? It it prevents our impulsive behavior and promotes a thoughtful response. You see, it does not create a, no, it prevents a thoughtless response. Are you getting it?
Mhm.
The thoughtless response is anxiety, is reaction. See that. See the beauty of understanding. Oh, thoughtless response is makes me crazy. Thoughtful response maintains that state of the poise and the calmness, not impacted by any situation, any reaction outside. So, can I use the word? There is no sensory indulgences. I'm using the word which will attract your mind. There is no sensory indulgences. Practicing,
I'm sorry. Say that again. I didn't hear everything.
yeah, it does not create any sensory indulgences.
What was the last word?
Indulgence,
Indulgence.
yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
there is no indulgence by any of the sense organs.
Yeah.
That is the beauty of the Dhamma.
Okay.
And then what happens? The result is that I have an improved relationship with everyone.
Yeah.
And then I
Um,
increase that I have an enhanced self respect, which
uh,
opposes the guilt. Do you see that? It increases the self respect because I perceive the situation, condition. I saw my son in law and the Bhavya has a work the next day, and I told them, leave me alone, go back to your home. I will come by Uber. Finished. The son-in-law was little bit upset and he said, no, I will wait. I said, no, don't wait. I don't want you to wait. So if I asked him to wait and then he is worried inside how I can go, I have to go to New York
that's right.
to attend the job. No way. So that is, you sensory indulgence, you free yourself from any kind of sensory indulgences in your life. And that not only increases the self-respect in you, but you also respect other situation. It has nothing to be who is older and who is younger.
Yeah.
So you see that is the beauty of the Eastern wisdom. Third is known as the Uparama. Uparama. Uparama means the beyond pleasure in the world. Beyond pleasure in the world. What it means, you do not see any pleasure in the world outside. In a person, in a person, in a situation, in a situation, in a in any relationship. Because if you see the pleasure in any situation, relationship, and the time will come when that situation, relationship does not give you any pleasure, you will be disturbed and your six enemies will take over you. So, what is another definition of uparama? You can say the ability to withdraw the mind from harmful or unnecessary activities. We all offered you the food and you said, okay, that is okay. I will eat only little. So you withdraw the mind from the harmful and unnecessary activities of being glutton. So in any situation, you don't see you how why you don't see and how you don't see, you maintain your awareness. Because of that self-awareness, you go beyond the pleasures in the world outside. In the moment you go beyond the pleasures in the world outside, you don't try to meet the expectations of others because of attachment. You see what is right, what is to be done, what is to be done.
Mm.
So what happens? What is the cause behind this uparama? That you apply the power of discernment in that situation.
Mm.
You apply the power of discernment mentally, and then you power of discernment mentally, and you take a decision. And you take a decision. You don't take a decision. You don't take a decision emotionally. It is not an emotional decision. It is not sentimental. You
Mm.
are aware of it. And then what happens? You preserve lot of energy, mental
Mm.
and physical energy,
Right.
and it reduces your unnecessary engagement. Sometimes we get unnecessary engaged. We keep on repeating the same thing. Unwanted, undesirable thought enters in our mind, and we keep pushing, but we are not aware whether we are pushing or not. And that causes the sense of anxiety, reaction, duality. We go back to the same six impure states of the mind.
Mm.
Not only the power of discernment is required, but it is always good. Every day, maybe 10 minutes of solitude. 10 minutes of solitude where you maintain your awareness that no thought pertaining to the world, relationship, identification enters into your mind. It is a kind of mental detoxification.
That's true.
So you just say, okay, house, no way. Philip, no. Jack, no. Acharya, no. So you say no, anything enters into from the world outside, you say for 10 minutes, I'm not thinking at all. I will not carry forward any thought. So that is another, and obviously the meditation, regular practice of meditation also helps us. So now what happens? What is the result of the uparama? Normally in modern psychology, we say we should have a power of focus and concentration. So you see, in modern psychology, we focus on one object excluding others. But I am already attached to the others, and hence those other objects comes and interferes my focus. And I'm not able to gain the focus. But now by the practice of uparama, you have an improved focus naturally. You minimize your level of anxiety and stress. It's a natural way of gaining the focus. The moment I am given a topic from the Eastern wisdom, there is a natural focus. I start getting the thoughts extempore, and I continue speaking by organizing those thoughts in my intellect. And it becomes an easy process. There is no reason to react. There is no reason to have a tremendous focus, because focus is natural. And when you have a natural focus, the calmness and the poise is also natural. The withdrawal of the senses is natural. So this is the third inner wealth, or the treasure of the mind. Simple, impure states of the mind, the six enemies of the mind, works from the front, and it hides the six inner wealths. So we are bringing this six inner wealth in the front. So when we bring these six inner wealth in the front, while interacting with the world, while interacting with yourself, your mind results into the wisdom. The fourth is known as titiksha, or you can write down forbearance or endurance. It is forbearance or endurance.
Or what is the other word?
Endurance, forbearance.
How do you write it? Forbearance.
Forebearence. Now we are going little forbearance. Now think that I told you, we have understood clearly, there are trillions of the vasanas. And there are negative vasanas which are very obstinate. They return with the same sense of physical and emotional reaction. They are not easily taken over by the first three treasures of the mind. First three treasures of the mind is first is the sama, second is the dhamma, third is the uparama, what we have discussed now. So what should we do? We have to endure it. We have to endure it. So there comes the fourth treasure of the mind. So there are some thoughts which we can deal with, enter into calmness. There are other thoughts and feelings which we can deal successfully with Dhamma. There are still others, thoughts and our behavior, which we can deal with the Uparama. But there are still many other thoughts, feelings, and emotions. Do not succeed in dealing with these three treasures of the mind. What we do, endure it, let it remain. And you say, I'm enduring it. I'm enduring it. Let it come and go. For example, you have a knee pain. You have taken the pills, but still the pain continues. So don't get upset. Oh, yesterday there was pain? No. Today there is a pain? Yes. I have taken the right action. I have taken the pills? Yes. I have done the exercise? Yes. Pain is still there. Endure it. Don't get upset. Why? Pain will go away. Are you getting it? And are you getting it?
Yes, I do. I
Yes,
do.
you see the
That's
power
right.
of endurance.
And a little that reminds me of a friend taught me that little children know it. They know it by instinct, naturally. My friend was in pain, and her 3-year-old grandson said, "You know, grandmother, when it will
Ah,
disappear, it will disappear when you die."
yes,
And that's the
that is
time.
another way to put it. That is the right way to put it, and that is an extreme way to put it. With awareness and attention, there is no pain in the death. But also, there is no pain in the deep sleep. I need not to endure it. I'm only enduring the pain in the waking state. So, should I cultivate through my understanding the transient nature of experiences? Pain is today, pain will not be tomorrow. It has come, I have done the necessary, I have taken the necessary steps. So, what happens when you follow this fourth treasure? You develop resilience and emotional stability. We develop emotion, resilience and emotional stability, which is a treasure in our daily life and its activities. So, what happens? Anything happens in our life which the mind labels as bad. The role of endurance is very important. How come? I cannot control the world outside. Something I can take over, something are uncontrollable. We don't like, for example, the storm, but the storm I cannot control. So I have to endure it. Let me close all the doors, sit inside in solitude, wait for the storm to go away. That is endurance. Now, same thing, that storm may come in the form of a pain, that storm may come in the form of an extreme reaction, that storm may come in the form of upset. Oh, let me endure it. Let me endure it. Let me endure it. So you just think, oh, let me endure it. Even if you think and associate with an emotion, the fourth treasure comes in the front. It increases your emotional strength. You can cope with any kind of a stress. And it gives you an improved ability to handle ups and downs in your life. Think, Anne, when I met you in 2008, you used to come to that rented apartment,
Yeah.
and now the situation. So, outer situation is going to change, but my inner state of the mind should not be impacted by anything outside. It results into greater resilience, emotional strength, and stability. I can manage the stress easily, and I have an improved ability to handle ups and downs in my life. Now see that we have understood clearly the Sama, Dhamma, Uparama, and Titiksha, the four inner treasures of the mind, four inner wealth of the mind. They are working in front. Normally, the impure states of the mind work from the front in our life, and it results into unwanted and desirable thought, feeling, and emotion in our daily life. So it means what? Every day since we wake up in the morning until we sleep, we have many events of anxiety, many events of reaction, many events of upset. Now they are minimized. Now we know that frequency of these impure states of the mind has minimized. What happens in the fifth treasure of the mind? We say the faith. Now your mind says, I want to learn more of the Eastern wisdom. What is the ultimate? So the fifth treasure of the mind is the faith. It gives you a tremendous faith in the principles and the practices of the Eastern wisdom. What is this faith? You gain a self confidence. You don't worry if you have an anxiety. No, I have a confidence. I can deal with it. Our reaction has come and gone. So the fifth treasure is unwavering confidence in oneself. How come unwavering confidence in oneself? Because of the principles and the teaching and its application that you have applied in your daily life. Are you getting it?
Yeah.
Because if I lack confidence in myself, all the six enemies takes over me.
Yeah.
They attack me from all the sides. I'm not able to sleep. I live in anxiety and reaction. I go to the kitchen. I commit some mistake. I wanted to prepare a cup of tea, and uh, I put the fry pan, and then I realized, oh my goodness, I was, I have come to the kitchen to prepare a tea. So whole lot of delusion takes over. But because you have been practicing the four treasures, it gives you an unwavering confidence in oneself and the teaching and the path of the self discovery. And then what happens? Because of unwavering confidence, positive experiences in your life daily increases. You decrease the events and incidents of anxiety, reaction, duality, and a conflict every day. It increases your lifespan because you are living in the state of these four and the five treasures. It motivates you. It gives you a sense of stability. And that is why my master always used to say that continue learning. There is no end of the learning. The knowledge of the Eastern wisdom helps you to reach to the height, increased level of calmness, emotional stability, deeper understanding of the teaching results into a tremendous faith in oneself. The sixth inner wealth, so we have the six enemies of the mind, we have the six treasures of the mind. So now the sixth enemy is known as, no, sixth treasure is known as samadhan. And another meaning of samadhan is the state of mindfulness. It is also known as the state of higher self awareness. I'm using different words. So, what did you say? State of mindfulness? Yes, because when the five treasures I explained above continues in your life days after days, weeks after weeks, you will recognize the state of mindfulness without practicing it. Even though we continue to do the practice regularly, but we experience the same experience that we have after the practice of mindfulness. Oh, the state of the calm and the poise is there, the body is relaxed, mind has a sense of freedom and a sense of the joy because of the five practices, five treasures. Yes, you have a one pointedness naturally, you have an ability to instantly ward off your mind from the six enemies. Instantly, you just become aware and it is gone. Why? Anxiety, you have come, you have to go. So it comes by the previous five practices regularly. Now your mind is free from the delusion. And when the mind is free from the delusion, it becomes one pointedness. When it is one pointedness, the senses withdrawal takes place naturally. The mind calmness is natural, endurance is natural. But then what? That is the state of the mindfulness. You live into that state of mindfulness consciously, regularly, in every situation, in every relationship. Lily knocks the door and you say, "Welcome, my friend," because you are able to maintain your calmness.
Okay.
You see that? Because you are not impacted by the outer situation or a person.
Yeah.
Oh, you never cared for me. And your mind and calmness say, "You are right, my friend. I'm sorry, I don't care. I have never cared you, but from today I will care you." And you listen to her patiently until she leaves, and you are still free, live into the state of the calmness. So you see that normally what happens because of the vasana impressions about a person or a situation is so deep inside, it starts creating an imagined projection, and that overwhelms my mind, and that takes all the six enemies comes in the front, and then my mind is waiting when you will leave my house. Please leave my house. My mind is constantly repeating and enters into the anxiety. And opposite of this, because of these six stresses. Do you see that everything is happening? So you have an improved learning ability. You have an enhanced response to the problem solving situations, and you have a deeper meditative experiences in your life. So you see that you have increased mental stability, emotional poise, you have improved relationship. Why improved relationship? Because you are not reacting through your anxiety, through your delusion. You enhance your communication skill. I just give an example of the lily. You have an improved communication skill. It only comes because of the all the six treasures. Your mind is calm, so you know that how to respond in calmness. You have a greater resistance to the negative influences and temptation. It is at the door and the mind is tempted. No, I'm busy, so can you come later? No, that temptation is not there. Why? Because of the third inner treasure of the mind. And then you have improved overall quality of the life and the sense of fulfillment. And that is the beauty of the first part of this huh, journey. Look at it, my friend, how beautiful the journey of the Eastern wisdom is. Did you get it?
Yes, definitely.
You see how, and you used to ask me, oh, is there a God? So we don't talk about this God. We talk about that the highest consciousness. Once you recognize there's the highest consciousness, you are already there.
Yeah.
You are already there uh, in your in that state. And once you are into that state, it takes you deeper into yourself. And once it takes you deeper into yourself, you live that state of the happiness. So you have again to